Well. Welcome, and welcome again to another episode. It's been a little while. It's been a while. It's been a long time. We shouldn't have kept you without a strong conversation to have the thing go. Well, welcome back to another episode of Only One Truth. Only One Truth. We got a great broadcast lineup for you today. Almost everybody is here. We're waiting on Rico. He should be here with us in just a few minutes. And so we're going to go ahead and get this thing started. But before we get started, I have to go around and let everybody introduce themselves, just in case. Maybe some of y'all been living up on the rock and you don't know what the cat and the crew is right here to Only One Truth. So let me let them introduce themselves. Let's start. What is that? That would be my left. I guess it would be. Young lady, what's your name?
Hey, this is Sharon. I'm calling from Columbia, South Carolina.
And yeah, okay. And the lady that's right underneath me right there. Now, who is this young lady? What's your name, young lady?
I am Pandora L. Johnson. I'm calling from Akron, Ohio.
Akron, Ohio. And we have another young lady that will be to your left. I guess I ain't never been good with directions. I guess, what's your name, young lady?
Hey, y'all, this is Queen Tiva all the way from California. Yay! Woo-hoo!
We are representing every corner, every nook and corner of this place. We got actually Rico is in Jacksonville, so he's gonna be the down south. He's gonna be here from down south, down in Duval County. And so we're gonna get started. I'm gonna kick this thing off. We got 1 hour. We already 2 minutes in, so we got a lot to talk about today. And I want to know. You heard this said many times over. You heard it said many times over. And I know a lot of old folks that said this to each and every one of you. I could guarantee you, if I ask you how many times have you heard this saying right here, and I said I get $1 every time y'all heard it, I may walk away here from here a millionaire. What's done in the dark is what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about what's done in the dark. Sharon, what do you say to that? And I'm not going to preface it. I could preface it and draw this whole big, beautiful picture, but I don't want to do that because I know each and every one of you may have your own view as to what we're going to talk about and where you are going to go with this part. So, Sharon, what's done in the dark? What does that say to you?
What's done in the dark always comes out in the light. Meaning that whatever you do in the dark, don't just know that it's going to come out in the light. I mean, all things show up eventually.
That's good. That's good. Pandora, what do you say to that? What's done in the dark
Always comes out in the light, just like Sharon said. And this is any aspect of your life. It could be relationships, it could be job, it could be your family dynamic. Whatever you do in the dark comes out in the light. So, I mean, speak the truth. Speak the truth and get it out in the open. Don't hold back. No holds barred.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Queen Tiva, what do you say to that? What's done in the dark? What's done in the dark? What do you say to that?
Well, what my pastor used to say, the late great Bishop R.W. McMurray used to always say, if you cover your head, your feet gonna show. And if you cover your feet, your hair gonna show. Your sins will surely find you out. He would always say that. So what's done in the dark is definitely gonna come out in the light one way or another. It's gonna show up. That's the truth.
That's good. But see, and the thing about it, Sharon, is a lot of times what happened is a person think that they can get over, they can get one over. You know, if I just do it this way, maybe if I maneuver myself in this way, maybe they won't find out. But Sharon, that doesn't work. What do you say to that?
I say you're absolutely right. It does not work. I mean, they be trying to be slick about what they're doing, but you know, one thing about a woman's especially, our gut always us in the right direction when stuff is going on. We may not be our fingers on it right then, but we always find out.
That is the truth.
Boy, look here. You got an amen corner. You got an amen corner.
That is the truth. Oh my God. When she talks about a woman's intuition, that is the strongest thing that ever has been given to a woman. We just know. We just know. We sense things by the way you talk, the way you act. You talking different, you walking different, something is up. Communication is not the way it used to be. It's something that got that person's attention other than giving you that attention. You feel me? So a woman always know. They just know. They'll drive up. They'll pull up. Hey, they always know. It's a gift. It's a gift.
Exactly.
It really is.
Now, see, y'all trying to make it seem as though and Rico is on the phone line with us. Hopefully we're gonna go to him in just a second. But y'all trying to make it seem as though men are just dumb as a bag of rocks.
Yeah.
Like we ain't got no sense. Why y'all want to, Pandora? Why y'all want to put it out there like that? You know, y'all got this women intuition. Y'all gonna find out. Oh, we gonna know. We just dumb as a bag of rocks, huh?
No, not at all. Not at all. But here's the thing. If we're talking about relationships between a man and a woman, what's done in the dark comes out in the light. In that aspect, I'm sorry to say, women are better cheaters or keeping stuff hidden than men.
Hold on. It doesn't. Yeah, we better cheaters. We cheat better than y'all. Y'all on.
Well, I'm sorry to say it, but it is the truth. A man will always change up. He's gonna turn his phone over.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna keep his phone on silent.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna talk lower. He's going to go into another room when he is talking on the phone. He's going to change the things that he normally does. You've been with somebody for a year. Now, all of a sudden, you're noticing that you guys are sitting there watching TV and he turns his phone over.
Mm-hmm.
Then the phone is on vibrate. Phone ain't never on vibrate. But now all of a sudden, there's always some tales that a man will do. A woman, we're going to tell you. Mm-hmm. We got men friends. We're going to tell you straight up, we got men friends. We're going to introduce you to that man friend. I mean, we're going to stay the same way.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just a proven fact. It's harder for a man to catch a woman keeping something hidden than it is for a man to catch. Than it is for a woman to catch a man, because it's not that you guys are dumb. You just get a little bit uncomfortable when it comes to a woman and man relationship confrontation. And you do know that if we find out, it's going to be a confrontation.
Oh, then let me go ahead on and stir this pot. I'm gonna stir this pot. Then I'm gonna bring Rico in. Basically, you say we don't want to do this, and we don't want to do that, and we try to hide different things because of the fact that we know y'all cray. Y'all cray.
No, that's not what I said. That's not what I said.
I will go.
I never said nothing about being cray. I never said nothing about being cray. See, what it is okay. I'm gonna break it down to you. Being a single woman in this group. A woman will tell a man, this is what I'm looking for. I just did this the other day. This is what I'm looking for. A woman will tell a man, this is what I'm looking for. A man will try to hide the fact that the only thing he wants from you is sex.
Mm-hmm.
But a woman don't have a problem with telling a man that. So men have been prone to and are used to trying to manipulate a woman into certain things.
Mm-hmm.
Women nowadays in 2021 are more direct with what they want, how they want it, and when they want it. Men are still not there yet. So it's just like that old fact. You know, men or little boys always have to play catch up to that girl. Men are still trying to play catch up to the woman because we state facts of what we want, and men still don't.
Right. How far would a man get? And in this 2021 that you're talking about, and either one of y'all can answer this question. How far would a man get if he walk up to you? Y'all in the club together, and he walk up, he say something like, "You're looking very nice tonight. I've been kind of watching you from across the room, and I really want to have an opportunity to maybe after the club, after this situation is over, let's go to my place, go to your place, and let's just spend the night together." How would that work?
It depends.
How would that work? Huh?
You know what? I'm gonna be honest. It depends. I typically don't date men I meet in a bar, but it depends on what his conversation is, how he's talking. Of course, everybody wants somebody to look good. So, I mean, there's a lot of factors that play into that. But like I always say, just be honest. Just be honest. That's not necessarily saying he'll come to my place and we go jump in bed or whatever. Right. But that's saying, this is what you're looking at. Okay. Well, can we stop and eat breakfast first? I mean, whatever. But my thing is, it all depends on the conversation, his demeanor, his personality, everything. So it depends.
Rico, good evening, sir. How you doing this evening?
Man, good evening. How everybody doing?
Hey, doing
all
good.
Right.
Rico, we're talking about what's done in the dark. What's done in the dark. Now, Rico, now you heard the conversation that Pandora and I just had. Now, 9 times out of 10, 9 3/4 out of 10, that dude, he going home by himself. He going home by himself. because that direct approach, it's not going to work, even in 2021. What do you say to that, though?
I mean, what approach you mean? I mean, God, I thought you were talking about the intuition thing. What are you talking about with the approach?
No, when you walk up to her in the club, say, look, I've been watching you from across the room. I really like what I see in you. And I was just wondering, could we go to your place or my place after the party is over and just spend the night together? What's gonna happen?
I mean, it depends on the type of woman. I
come
mean,
on, man. Come on, Rico. Come on, man.
Sometimes you got to have the right accessories, and you can say blue, 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 and a woman jump all over you because she know you got that bank. So I mean, you know, it really depends on the situation. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I hate to put everything just in a group or category and just say group everything together and say, well, okay, this will work and this won't work. Man, you'll be surprised at some of the most unintelligent, ignorant men that get the baddest women because they could take care of that woman. I ain't gonna even say take care of her. They could buy that woman what she wants. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you see like
the truth from Jump Street.
With no,
and they was truthful from Jump Street.
Reality, got children all over the place. Women willing to share them, knowing that these men got 5 or 6 different baby mamas, and they don't mind at all because he got enough money to take care of all of them. Prime example. They got that rapper Future. Future is a catch, but he's a garbage individual. But you can't tell no woman that. He got a whole lot of things working for him. The women talk about him. I mean, his performance, and then he got money. He's famous. I mean, so like I said, it really depends. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you ain't got to say the right words. They already know ahead of time. They gonna get with you. You ain't got to say nothing. They thinking about your pocket. Or they thinking about that car you drive and that big body Benz or whatever. You get what I'm saying? So this ain't the same day and time where you could just court and introduce yourself to somebody with some type of standards and then have to impress them by being nice and cordial. Now, right about now, it's about what you got.
But see that, and I'm hearing what you're saying, but in listening to what you're saying, that's not saying a lot about a lot of the women that we're dealing with today.
Oh yeah, today this is a different time. I mean, now, I'm not saying that the women of our generation are as bad as the younger ones that's coming along, but I mean, when you really look at it, you can hear what the requirements are. When you hear what the requirements are, you never hear anything about moral. They can say God fearing. Well, they God fearing. Yeah, who ain't God fearing? You know, sound. I mean, words ain't number sound to come out your mouth. But there's a lot of other characteristics that they leave out. And they start talking about what he can provide financially, what he has. You get what I'm saying? And ain't nothing wrong with that. But I do know at this day and time, there's a lot of men and men out here that got their choice in women, and they are not quality. They are not quality men.
Sharon, what's on your heart? Talk to me.
I mean, I agree with what Rico's saying to some extent, you know, but I think nowadays a lot of women used to back in the day look more at the outside person, and now they're looking at what can benefit them versus, you know, what how the person really looks. You know, they're willing to accept less when it comes to looks so that they can be comfortable in life. So, you know, but as far as everything else, I just think that some women are willing to lower their standards in order to get what they feel like they want and they deserve.
Okay. Can we be grown folks for a second? It sounds to me with the definition that you all are putting out there, it sounds to me like that's a nice, kind, generous way of almost saying prostitution. Because if she's just out for what she can get and gonna go to the highest bidder, isn't that somewhat, you know, help me understand, Queen?
I don't know nothing about that because I'm from the old school. I'm not going home with no man after I first meet him, especially if he comes trying to love bomb and, oh, you look good. Like, that's a turn off right there. Can we talk like regular conversation first? Then secondly, your money don't move me because your money, you can have all the money in the world, but your character is jacked up. You a hoe in the streets. You have no, you know, decency about you, except you got this money. You think you can win women over with your money. I'd rather be by myself and take care of myself before I be with a man because of what he looks like and the money that he has. I'm looking at your character, how you treat me as a woman, as a person. You feel me? So yeah, it's a lot of women out there that will do that because times are hard. So I get that. I understand. I'm not knocking you for that. But at the same time, you got to get up out of that bed. You got to live life with that person. You got to be able to experience, things with that person, paying bills, going to work. I mean, life goes on. You feel me? So I need that vibe. I need that. I can't do it no other way. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I can't.
I understand, Pandora. I noticed when I said what I said just now, you got a look on your face like you was about to jump to the scene.
I'm so serious right now. I can't.
Here's my thing. You talking to me?
Yes.
Okay. So here's my thing. I'm gonna play devil's advocate on this because as I always say, it's 2021. So I think as women, and I don't agree. I mean, I do agree with what Rico said. I agree with what everybody said in a certain way, but I see for me, I think that's past time. I think that's how it was years ago. Women these days, we have our own. We have degrees. We make our own money. We're CEOs. We're leading teams at work. We're doing what we want to do in the workplace. We're raising kids by ourselves. We're doing a whole lot. It's not like it was 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 years ago, where we was going out looking for a man. Well, not we, but women was going out looking for a man to take care of them. It's not like that anymore. Meeting a man at the club, and like I stipulated earlier, I have rules when it comes to dating. I don't date men I meet at a club. We got to meet somewhere else because I don't want our relationship, if that's what it turns out to be solely in that club.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to stop going there when we're done. And I'm not looking for a husband. So my thing is today for a man to approach a woman, and that's why I said the vibe and the conversation and everything, if that is working, yeah. If that's what you feeling, go back with them. If everybody keeping everything on the up and up, go back with them. But I don't agree with the fact that it's all about what you can do for me and can you pay my bills and all. That song came out, 10, 15, 20 years ago. It's not about that for women. So just like what goes on in the dark comes out in the light, 30, 40 years ago, there's still people out there that still don't know who their daddy is because everybody that knew is dead, Yeah. But nowadays, women can tell a person because we got our own. Like the song say, I love her. We got our own. We don't have to worry about who gonna take care of us because I know ain't nobody taking care of me but me. So when I go out with you, it's not about what you got. It's about you and only you, your personality or vibe, what's going on. So that's why I always say, be honest, because I'm gonna figure you out. Like Queen said, the intuition is a killer. And women got intuitions about people. We got intuitions about other women, about men, family members, everybody. So that's my thing. It's not like it was 30, 40 years ago.
Okay.
We got our own. We don't need that money from somebody else.
And see, that's and I threw it out there because of the fact I wanted to see what kind of, how y'all was gonna hit the ball back at me. But my thing is this right here. That's absolutely true. A lot of times, y'all ladies, y'all are in some cases the breadwinners of the family. But why do you all settle from time to time to a man that's not necessarily on the level that you all are on, hoping, wishing, and praying that he'll get his stuff together, and you waste 10 or 15, 20 years of your life? Sharon, what do you say to that?
I say that some women are still living in the older times. They look at what their parents did, and they want what their parents had, and they're willing to accept less in order to have better. I think that women nowadays, though, they don't. I mean, a lot of women have gotten to a point now where it's because they're able to take care of themselves, do for themselves. They think, I can do bad all by myself. So why should I stay with something that's going to take me down when I can take and do it myself? I mean, peace of mind means everything. If you ain't got peace of mind, you don't have anything. So for me, peace of mind is the best thing for me.
Rico, speak to me, brother. Rico, you there?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Yeah, talk to me, brother. What's on your heart?
I was thinking about that intuition thing. we get caught up in these labels sometimes, and I can admit sometimes women do seem to have a little bit more intuition, but those are mainly women that have some type of character about themselves. They carry themselves a certain way. Promiscuous women don't. You know what I'm saying? Or these women that have agendas, they have, let me see, gold, or I ain't gonna even say gold. Yeah, they got agenda. They're trying to get something out of it. Most of the time, they don't have it because they only looking for what they're looking for. But if you're looking for a real deal relationship, yeah, you will. But now, men, we have that intuition too. But sometimes we let something else overwhelm us, persuade us, you know, to influence us a little bit more than our logic. So y'all do have a tendency to use your logic a little bit more. But I'm gonna tell you something. When a man cares, and when he's concerned and he really loves somebody, he want to make an investment with a woman. Believe me, he notices all those odd little changes too. And he might get dreams. You know, you talk about that good feeling. Man, I had a girlfriend one time. I dreamed. I ain't gonna say that. I imagine. I ain't gonna say dream. I imagine a situation because the way that I felt when I was at work one day. I was like, man, I said, this don't feel right. I got a feeling she's doing something she ain't supposed to do. And so as some time went on, I started seeing more and more evidence of what I did. I made up a lie. I told her that I was on three-way with somebody and heard a conversation. And in the conversation, I heard she did this, and I heard she did that, and I heard she did this. Just to try to fish around. And guess what? I was telling the truth because what I was telling her was what I felt. I was seeing these visions in my mind of this person. Then I kept seeing this person. For some reason, everywhere I went, I would notice this person. I'm like, man, something ain't right. I keep noticing him out of all people. So I'm going to be honest with you. That is just a human instinct. I don't think God gave a woman any more intuition than she gave a man. It's just a matter of what sexual organ they're using to think with the most.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Or what it is they're trying to get out of it.
And let me ask you this. Now, Rico, I say this all the time. A lot of times we as men get caught up and we get sucked in by that. How you say a big butt baby hair and a smile. We get caught up in that big butt baby hair and a smile. You know that little baby hair. We get caught up in that thing, man, and we looking like okay. You okay? You been over there with Pandora? Okay, that's where you been. No, good and well, she ain't been over there with no doggone Pandora. No, she ain't been over there.
We want to believe it.
Yeah, we want to believe it. We want to believe it, and it'll be right there in our face, and we so stuck on stupid that we don't see it. Shine, talk to me. Help me understand.
I think Pandora need to answer that one.
Go ahead, Pandora.
Why you put me on the spot? Oh God, no, we're laughing because I have a very large, posterior. So when you said that, I was like, I'm offended. That's why we're laughing.
Hey.
But no, I agree. I mean, you guys, sometimes you guys do know, and there is things that women do that you overlook some of the conversations that we have because of the things we are doing. Women are more apt because women are more jealous creatures. I would hope to say we're more territorial, but we are more jealous creatures a lot of times than men. So we're always looking for little signs and what is he doing now and things like that. So yeah, that could be it. I mean, you are right. Women will say we're doing something and then we go do something else. But at the same time, because you guys overlook it, I mean, hey, it still lets us off the hook.
Okay, it ain't my fault. That's basically
right.
what that is. It ain't my fault. Rico.
Ain't my fault.
Exactly. Queen, talk to me. What's on your heart?
I don't have a comment on that one.
Everybody left me out here to dry.
I'm speechless.
Everybody left me out here to dry.
Exactly. Now, a lot of times, y'all women, y'all are, it's hard for me. It's hard for me just to say that y'all are better cheaters, even though I know y'all are. But it's hard for me to say that. But y'all look out for each other though, better than we do. Y'all look out for each other. Y'all will cover for each other. Hey, girl, look here. I'm telling him I'm with you. Blase, blase, blase. If he call you, tell him this. And y'all done covered all the bases. So we call with some questions that y'all already answered before we call. So, Rico, how do we win, brother?
We actually, well, I don't know if you want to try to win.
Hang up. Hang up. There you go. There you go.
I don't know really truly if that's something you ought to be trying to win at.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, but I can say that once again, it depends on the friend, I guess, for real. I mean, because I'm gonna be honest with you. If I want to help my friend get away with something, I can.
Mm-hmm.
I know how to read the person that I'm telling whatever it is to, and then I know how to persuade them, convince them that I'm being honest, that I really don't have a clue, or convince them that I'm telling the truth about where he is. But for the most part, I ain't gonna even play no part in that.
Mm-hmm.
See, I don't want to have to come in, and you know, sometimes you get a guy and they might be like, man, you loyal to me, you ain't loyal to her. But at the same time, I don't want my reputation to be messed up with yours if anything hits the fan. And see, you know, somebody, the first thing they're gonna say is birds of a feather. I asked you and you lied for them.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't no good either. You just as bad. You know what I'm saying? And here I am. I'm looking like the bad guy, but really and truly, I ain't have nothing to do with it and don't agree with it. You know what I'm saying? I feel uncomfortable when I'm in a situation where I'm with a friend around his wife or his significant other, and then he been cheating on it and I know it. I don't like that. So me personally, I tell my friends, if you're doing that, man, keep that away from me.
Yeah.
Keep it away from me.
You can't come over here with her. Don't bring her to my house. I don't want to see. I don't want to hang out with y'all when y'all doing whatever y'all doing. Just don't call me. I don't want to know. If I run into you wherever yet, I'm gonna go somewhere else because I don't want to see it. Sharon, what's on your heart?
I mean, when I was younger, I might have covered with it. But you know, I'm like this. If you married, then don't ask me to take an hex, to cover for you when you're out there cheating on your husband. I agree with Rico. I don't want no part of that, because if you see my husband out there doing something, you my girl, I would hope that you would come and tell me, So I'm not going to ask you to do something that I'm not going, and I don't want you to ask me to do the same thing. I mean, when it comes to marriage, I'm strong when it comes to that marriage thing. So if you know he cheating, you know it, you truly my girl. As much as it might hurt, come on and tell me, hey, yo, I seen this, that, and other, but don't ask me to cover for you if you married. Now, if you dating, I mean, I've covered for my girls before when they were dating, but I've never had one of my marriage friends to ask me that. And I definitely wouldn't ask them, because if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it regardless. I don't need you to cover for me. I'm going to do what I'm going to do. Just like he going to do what he going to do. So you can't stop it regardless. If either one want to do it, you can't stop it.
Exactly. And Pandora, what we're talking about right now is what's done in the dark. What's done in the dark. It definitely will come to the light in some kind of way. Being silly. But if Pandora, if you your man, your significant other, didn't care about his undergarments, then all of a sudden, he started wearing fancy drawers and stuff like that, would you be suspicious?
Yes. not to even think about it. Yes. I mean, if you're my man and I'm calling you my man, and we've been together some time, so all of a sudden you start wearing silk instead of the cotton ones that you got in the drawer, that's an issue. Bro, what's going on? I mean, why all of a sudden are you doing this now when we've been together for a year? You wasn't trying to impress me, before. And now you're still not impressing me because you're wearing them when you go out. So what's the problem? And my motto is, just like, I'm going to flip back for a second. Like they were saying, don't ask me to cover for you. I tell my friends this: if that's what you're choosing to do, then make sure he know that y'all not really a couple. Because why cheat? If you don't want to be with him, just don't be with him. Just say, listen, right now we need to take a break. I want to see some other people. If he can handle it, he can handle it. If he can't, then okay. Trust me, you can always get him back.
Wow. Wait a minute now. How you figure you can always get him back? Wait a minute. Hold on now. Men are not that weak. Some men are not that weak. You say, you're gonna tell him something like that and say you can all and say it with such confidence. You can always get him back. Wait a minute.
You can always get him back.
Rico. Now, Rico, I gotta ask you this question. Now, some men are just that weak. I've seen some marshmallows out there, but not all brothers are that weak. Rico, talk
It's
to
not
him.
about the man being weak, though.
It is.
See, in that situation is one where she didn't cheat. She kept it all the way 100. See, that's what you asked for. That way you got an option. Now when she comes back, she's coming back, and you already knowing where at least she came to me the first time and said, look, I think I'm fixing to try something different. And I don't want to hurt your feelings. I don't want to disrespect you and what you feeling for me. So, this might not be what you want, but this is what I'm fixing to do. At least I'm telling you. So now he might love her, he might miss her. He might, man, I sure hate she did me like that. I really wanted it. She might come back. She might see the light. He got to respect the fact that she came and told him ahead of time. Cause see, she could have easily done it, but not said anything.
Yeah, but the thing about it though, now if they do get back together, I think he'll have in his mind what's gonna happen the next time, and he'll be walking on eggshells trying to make sure that everything is perfect, and he won't be who he was in the beginning of the relationship that they had.
Well, he need to understand. He need to understand why she left and what was she looking for.
Okay. John, what do you say to that?
I say that I agree with Rico on that part of it, yeah. Because if he was doing pretty much, if a woman step out, it's because of the fact that man's not doing something in that relationship that she's looking for. She's looking for something else in somebody else. And sometimes that's why they might have one or two in order to try to make one. But if she's not happy or he's not happy, and you feel like you got to step out, then, I applaud Pandora saying, yeah, go ahead and let him know up front, hey, this is the deal. I'm going to walk away and do that. And then if he takes you back, fine. If he don't, then maybe what you walked out on him for is better than what you had anyway. It's what you was looking for. You can't say one way or the other, but you got to be happy. At some point, you can't just stay in a dead relationship and it's not what you want.
Let's stay there for a second. Have and anybody, anybody can answer this question. In a relationship, have anybody ever made a decision that you later regretted? I said, I wish I hadn't have done that, or I wish I hadn't have made that particular move. I wish I would have stayed with that person, because in hindsight, I could see that was a better person for me than maybe even who I'm with now. Rico, excuse me, I see you shaking your head, brother. Come on.
Man, yeah, man. Man, yeah, man. I mean, I think about it all the time, man. And then I go back and I ask myself, why did I choose the direction that I went in? And it was because I let somebody play on my emotion. Especially when you was like, man, I think I'm about to break up with this person. But have you ever been in a situation where somebody just broke down, crying, snot bubbling out their nose, talking about they're going to kill themselves if you leave them? But you didn't even get a chance to tell them that you're ready to leave this alone. You just say, hey, man, when you get finished, we need to have a talk. We need to talk for a second. You know what I'm saying? Then they sitting there thinking, what do you want to talk about? What do you want to talk about? You turn back and you look around, and this thing, they looking like Carrie. Tears running down their eyes, man, snot coming out their nose. What's wrong with you? I don't know what you're going to do if you leave me. I wasn't going to leave you. I just want to talk about where we was headed in the future.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden,
now you're looking at that.
Now I'm the weak one, and she was the one. She was the catch. Wait a minute, what happened? I was about to dump you, woman. So I mean, and when I tell you, man, it was a life change. Life changing. I mean, and I don't regret my children, but the women I had children with were definitely the wrong women, and I'm paying for it every day. Every day I'm paying for it.
Wow. And see, that's one of the things I love about this broadcast right here, man. We're so transparent, man, and that was real, brother. I definitely appreciate that. I'm trying to see Tiva back with us. I see her camera's not on, so I'm gonna wait for her to come back on, and we'll put it back on the screen with us as well. But Sharon, talk to me. What do you say to that? Have you ever been in a situation where you thought to yourself, man, maybe I should have?
Yeah, I mean, I think at some point in life we've all probably been in this situation where you wish you would have took a different turn, but the good sometimes. I mean, the bad sometimes outweighs the good. It all depends on what you're looking for, whether or not you're willing to take and go step back. You know, I'm about going forward. So if I did it, it must have been a reason for me to make that separation. So I did what I felt like I need to do, and I try not to look back.
And that's good. But our topic today is what's done in the dark. What's done in the dark. Now, if we can deal with some of the things, and we're not gonna give specifics. We certainly not gonna give specifics. But has there ever been a time where one of you have done something in the dark, and reality said you thought you were gonna get away with it? Reality set in, and you were caught up holding the bag, if you will. Rico?
A few things, but what I can honestly say is, most of the time, if I move in that direction, I don't want to say it's justified, but it gets to a point to where it's almost necessary for me to put my foot down. I might be doing karma's work for her. So most of the time, you know what I'm saying, when I do something like that, I don't normally get caught or in trouble for it. You know what I'm saying? And most of the time, if I'm in the wrong, if I'm just low down being low down, yeah. If I've been just low down and it was unjustified, yeah, I probably suffer some consequences behind it. But for the most part, there's been times that I did things, and it lets me know that sometimes justice is supposed to be served at your hand. You get what I'm saying? And so, and you're leaving on the table, and you say, well, great God, I'll accept accountability for this. You just let me get away with it, and I'll address this on Judgment Day between me and you. And if that happens, then you know what you got to deal with. You get what I'm saying? But I never really got, I ain't never really got hemmed up for none of the stuff that I've done. It's always, you know, stuff that I was wrong on. I've actually probably been in trouble more for things I didn't do. But just couldn't prove I didn't do it. You get what I'm saying? So accused of domestic violence type of stuff, but I was the one called the police and she hit me. All of a sudden I'm the one with handcuffs. Man, wait a minute, she hit me. So, you know, I done got in trouble for stuff like that. But for the most part, man, when I done did dirt to people, man, it's been a lot that they had to do to make me do something to them like that. If I was going to cheat, I never went into a relationship cheating because I felt like that was a waste of time to be in a relationship with anybody. Just like I don't want my friend to put me in a situation in his relationship where he cheating on her. I'm not going to put the woman I'm in a relationship in that situation. It doesn't feel good deceiving people. It doesn't feel good lying to people. But if we're in a situation that is getting toxic, and I see that's what you're doing, and for some reason I'm just too stupid to let you go, oh, I'm fixing to get it. I'm fixing to go ahead and get me some. Okay, you've been showing out a little bit too much, and I'm fixing to show you how I could do it. But in the end, the only thing that does is bring more negativity.
And you said something earlier, and I'm gonna ask the question. I'm gonna throw the question back at you. When it gets to that point, isn't it better to just walk away? Because if it's to that point where you're going tit for tat, nobody wins. Nobody wins in that situation because now you're trying to outdo each other. You're trying to out-cheat each other. I'm gonna hurt you more than you hurt me. You know what you did? Oh, that was a good one. You got me good that time. Now watch this.
Oh, you thought you were slick?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, this is what I did. I said, well, okay, my first baby mama, she wanted to play some game. She wanted to do a little cheating. You know what I'm saying? She got probably 2 or 3 guys on me. I made sure I tripled that. That way in my heart, and she doesn't even know this. The one that she does know about after we broke up, she's still mad about some of her cousins. You get what I'm saying?
Man, stop telling on yourself. Stop telling on yourself.
Oh, we over. It's over with. We way done. That's 28 years ago. But
yes,
that was I did have that self-gratification that I leaned on. Okay, I know what you done did. So now what I'm fixing to do, what I always had the opportunity to do. You just didn't know I was brushing women off and blowing them back. I was trying to be a good guy, but you want to be low down. So, you know, but in the end, like you said, it's gonna be 2 losers.
Yeah, exactly. Sean, what do you say to that, man? In a situation like that, you know, there's really not there's no winner. There's no winner. You're trying to out hurt each other. And so my thing is just separate. You go over there, I go over here, and hopefully we'll never meet in the middle. What's on your heart?
Yeah, I think that's a good thing to do it that way, Raheem. But so many people don't. You know, so many people stay in that rut. You know, they use the kids, or you know, the kids are grown, and then you look at stability. You want to take a stay. You know, you want to stay stable, or whatever. When you're right, I mean, when it gets to that point where, you know, I always say, if you push me, a little bit and you keep pushing me a little bit, then you're gonna push me so far there's no turning back for me. So when I lose that love for you, I can't. There's nothing else that you can do for me. You know, I no use in me sticking around once all the love is gone. Because if you don't have love in a relationship, you're miserable. So why be miserable? You got to live your life. I mean, you know, people dying all the time. It's time to live, not time to sit up there and be miserable all the time. So go.
You know why they stay though? They stay most time because they don't like to get out of that comfort zone. They done got used to it. Maybe they invested a lot into it, and then they still living off that old momentum, that old what brought them together in the first place. They still reminiscing on that. What would you call it? Sentimental?
Yeah.
People get sentimental and they don't like to. I remember the first time we got together, ooh, it was magical. And they don't want they want that to still rekindle. They want to bring that back, so they don't want to let it go because that's a memory that's burned into their brain. You know, this is a night to remember. Sometimes people have those nights, those moments with people that they share, and they wish they could bring that energy back. So they stay hoping to rekindle that.
But once it's gone, it's gone.
Exactly. Now, isn't that and maybe a bad comparison, but isn't that the same thing when a person do crack or something like that for the first time? They always trying to chase that first high.
Same thing.
Yeah, you know, they always trying to that first high that they get. They live their life trying to catch that first high that they had, that feeling of euphoria or whatever it was. They try to find that thing again.
Yep, I think we as women, you know, we can always take a look for that high, and we always look for the better side when, you know, we don't like to. Sometimes we don't like to take and accept what's right there in front of us and hope that things will turn around. I mean, you know, I always say that if he showed you the first time, believe it.
Yeah.
You know, you can't keep walking. You can't keep walking in the dark, and a lot of people have those shades on when they need to take those blinders off. Men and women, in some situations.
Absolutely, absolutely. Tiva, if you're back with us, turn your camera back on so I know that you're back. We can't hear you with situation we got, but if you're back with us, turn your camera back on. We'll bring you back on the screen. What's done in the dark, we do so much in that dark. And like Houdini said, they had a song "Freaks Come Out at Night." The freaks come out at night, and that's where a lot of the devious things happen in the cover of the night. But Rico, that sun have to come up. The next day the sun is coming up. Now, what you do at nighttime, the sun can shine on you and expose. I talk a lot about that oak tree, man, in the wintertime. Fully exposed. That's the same situation when the sun come up in the morning. What's done in the dark, man, does not stay in the dark. Talk to me.
Well, in most cases I know of, that some people get so comfortable, especially when they got the spouse food. When they got it going so good, they're like, man, y'all done figured out her routine. She don't wake up till 7 o'clock in the morning. I ain't got to walk in the door till 3 o'clock. Man, she sleep like a rock, man. She sleep hard. You can't wake her up. A tornado come through that, she ain't going to wake up. Man, little do you know.
That's what
sometimes she start feeling funny when she bag up and ain't nobody there.
Yeah.
She might just happen to get up. Wait a minute, where you at? So now you done got so comfortable that you feel like, well, you know what? I'm gonna take me a little nap before I leave. Before you know it, daylight done came up. That sun done caught.
Yeah.
She know you got off work 8 hours ago. Where you been? You get what I'm saying? So I mean, that's the reason why, really and truly, man, before you do stuff like that, man, just like they said, keep it 100. Just keep it real with yourself because it's too much risk in playing those games. Deceiving people, playing with people's emotions. And I'm gonna go back to what you said a second ago about those people that don't like to get out. Sometimes people have somebody that they want so bad. And then they finally get them. When they finally get them, they done went through so much to get that person. They ain't ready to let them go that easy. And they still hung up, like you said, on that euphoria of who that person was before they got with them. They stuck on that image, that persona that they have. So, like I said, man, you said it's like crack. It's like drugs. You get a craving and an addiction for somebody. And then you get comfortable and you don't want to leave.
And it could very well be a situation where you could be sleeping with the enemy. You could very well be sleeping with the very person that is your destruction, and it is looking for your demise. Um, wow, wow, that's a lot there. Sharon, what's on your heart?
I mean, you know, a lot of times, you know, you can always tell when a man is doing something, you know, is doing out there because of how his attitude changes towards you. One thing men don't realize is that when y'all think we're not looking, that's when we're looking the most. When
Mm-hmm.
you think we're not listening, that's when we're listening to the most. I mean, we see it. We may not always want to accept what we see, but we see it going on. Some women want to grab and hold on to it. Some women don't. I mean, it's about what you want out of your life. If that's what you want, if you want to stay in that rut, then that's completely up to you. But it's nothing. I mean, I just couldn't. I just can't. You know, I got to be able to fly and feel free about me. You know, I just can't.
Yeah, yeah. And see, and that's very commendable because there's so many people, Rico, that just they would stay. Maybe it's the money, maybe it's the whatever it is. Maybe it's that feeling that they had in the beginning, and they're trying so hard to recapture that. Like you're trying to capture something in a bottle and you want to hold on to it, but when it's gone, brother.
Yes.
And I want to bring up something earlier that was said too about the silk boxers. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Sometimes men get around each other and they tell each other what women like. So it don't have to be another woman that's telling you to manscape. It could be another man telling you, hey, look, man, keep it clean. Shave, man. They love when you shave, man. They just, so I mean, you know, man, wear them silk boxers. They feel so good on you, man. And then women love them silk boxers. So, you know, sometimes it's advice from other men from what they experience. But we have to always remember not to assume the worst, because as a man, if my woman came home with a different type of lingerie or want to try different positions or something like that, I might be like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Maybe she been watching Sex in the City. Maybe she been watching Issa Rae or whatever her name is on HBO. You know, everybody's so sexually free now, and all these TV shows, you get so much influence and I'm gonna say, yeah, you get a lot of influence for some of these shows. You know what I'm saying? They'll show you different things that you should try. They'll tell you, I know Sex in the City changed the whole generation of women.
Yeah, yeah.
And that didn't have to do anything with another man. That just had to do with a lot of women communicating with each other. And I guess, I mean, it's hard to put it into words what they were doing, but they changed the landscape.
Yeah, exactly. Now, Sharon, and we're going to go to Reggie after this. So, brother, I'm glad to have you with us. Give me 1 second. I'm going to come to you. What if he all of a sudden, y'all been together for 3, 4, 5 years, and all of a sudden now he want to start putting on cologne. Now he want to have one of this cologne. He want to smell good all the time. Would you look at him crooked eye, like something is going on?
I mean, yeah, that could be an indicator, you know, that things are changing or something is going on out there. I mean, by what he does, the way he says, his mannerisms towards you. I mean, him in and out. You know, I'm going over to Joe house, and then, you know, you might have that feeling you ride past Joe house in that car out there, or either you calling him and, you know, he don't pick up the phone when you call him. You call him again, you know, he don't pick up the phone again, and then, you know, 5 or 10 minutes later he calls you. I mean, phone always on vibrate, like they said, phone turned down. You know, you can't answer those calls. You know when a man out there doing what he's not supposed to be doing. You know without, I mean, your gut, you just know. So if I call and, you know, I might call you. I mean, I was dating this guy one time, and I would call you, and I'd be riding right there in the car with him, and I dial the phone number. Joker don't answer the phone don't ring. You know, I mean, you know.
Boy, look at that. That might be some choice words spoken at that. Yeah, okay.
It was done. I mean, that was the end of that. Just take me home. I'm done.
Why you got your ring? Exactly. Reggie.
What up?
What's going on, Captain? We're talking about what's done in the dark. What's done in the dark, brother? What's done in the dark is gonna always find its way to the light. What do you say to that?
I mean, yeah and no.
You
know what I'm saying? It really just depends on the person, because at the end of the day, like, so, you know what I mean? Like,
Hey, Reggie, you're breaking us on breaking up on us a little bit there, brother. You're breaking up on us. Can y'all hear him?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
You can't hear
Yeah,
me.
you're breaking up.
I'm calling then.
Okay. All right. Good deal. Good deal.
All right.
Tiva, what's on your heart? What's done in the dark would find its way, eventually will find its way to the light. What do you say to that? Unmute. Unmute for me.
I'm just going to piggyback off of what Sharon said about the phone thing. Sometimes a man will have his phone turned over, which is an indicator that, you know, women be calling or whatever. He doesn't want you to see who's calling the phone. But I have a habit of doing that too, not turning my phone on, but I put my phone on silent, or I put it on, you know, where I can't receive any calls, you know, do not disturb. And it's not necessarily because, you know, of cheating or anything like that. I really don't want to be disturbed. You know what I'm saying? If I'm spending my time with somebody, then listen, you're getting that all that time, you know. And if anybody needs to reach me in emergency, text me. I'll see it. But I'm not going to be answering my phone, you know what I'm saying? Because the person I'm spending that time with, you get all that. So I don't really, it can kind of go both ways, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I don't really know about that one too much.
But see, now let me ask you this question. Then we're going to go to Reggie because we have Max on the phone lines. Now, if you're dealing with this guy and all of a sudden, you know, he used to wear little raggedy underwear. Now all of a sudden he wanted fancy underwear, and now he's putting cologne on. Every time we go, you got to have a certain smell of cologne on because you know that's the smell he like or that's the smell she likes. Would that be a telltale sign for you?
Nah, not the cologne thing. But if they do something like shaving their private areas, I'm be wanting to figure out. You know what I'm saying? You shaving your testicles. Okay, what you doing that for? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm being real.
He doing it for you. He doing it for you, baby.
No, if you ain't saving it for me, but then you get ready to leave and you save it, we got a problem. We got a problem.
I'm shaving because I shave it because I know I'm coming back. You know what I mean?
Nah.
Reggie, what's on your heart, brother?
Like that.
What's good?
What's on your heart, brother? We talk about what happens in the dark will come to the light. What do you say to that?
All right, what happened in the dark come to the light? Okay, so I would say yes and no, but then again, in a sense, yeah, it always comes to light because at the end of the day, you could be the one cheating. It's gonna come to light because it's gonna bring insecurities out of you and make you feel like your partner might be doing something. So then that could be a telltale sign to them, like, hey, hold up, you know what I mean? Like this man or this woman accusing me of something. He ain't never accusing me. I ain't gave him no reason to accuse me, but they accused me. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, yeah, I mean, it's always gonna come to light because no matter what, I mean, you can't hide it forever. A secret gonna kill you on the inside.
Yeah.
It's just gonna eat you up. So one way or another, it'll come out.
Exactly. And that's good what he said, because if you're a good, decent person, Sharon, and you know that what you're doing is not right, can that eat at you? Can that poke at you and can that have you in a situation where, you know, I just gotta tell him, I just gotta tell her, or whatever the case?
Absolutely, it can eat at you, but it all depends on what you want. Are you willing to keep lying in order to take and keep what you got? You know, some women some women and some men, you know, they just don't care, you know, but when you get that point, they tell. But there are others that think that they're actually doing something and not going to get caught, and they can continue to do it. Me, it would eat at me.
But see, one of the things that you said is you want to keep what you got. But if you're out there cheating and doing all kind of things outside of the household, what do you really have?
I mean, some of them look at it for the security that they got from the man that they're cheating on. You know, it all, you know, if they think that I mean, maybe he's not giving her what she needs. And, you know, and me and y'all so sensitive. I mean, when women tell y'all, you know, try to talk to you about stuff that, you know, what we're truly feeling and what we really need, for some reason, you get in your feelings, and it's not, you know, us trying to take and belittle you or anything. We're just telling you what we need and what we want and what our desires are. But if y'all feel like what you're doing is the right thing, then y'all get all hurt up when it should be open. Whereas we should be able to say, if you're my partner, I should be able to say anything to you. If I can't come to you, then who can I go to? I shouldn't have to reach outside.
And the answer,
You
girl,
know
girl, go on hit on with that. Go on hit on with that, girl. That shouldn't even be a part of the conversation. Girl, go on hit on with that now. Now go on hit on. Rico, talk to me, brother.
Yeah, I mean, I somewhat agree with that. I somewhat agree with it, man. Like I said, it's hard to just put all of these things in a box when it comes to people. And I mean, and I believe if it was that easy, then you would have less divorces. But it ain't that easy. So that's why you got so many people getting with people that they thought were one way, and then they come to find out this ain't who I thought it was. If it was that easy, I guess it wouldn't be such a problem for people to have sex before marriage. See, by us doing that out of order, it's forcing us or causing us to get with people we don't need to be with because we thought it was that easy. Now we realize that we got to go back to the beginning and start back crawling before we walk. We got to start back being friends. We got to start back courting. We got to start back getting to know each other. We got to start back dating. You just can't start having sex and having babies before you get into a relationship. And it might have to even get back to when you start getting married before you start having children. You get what I'm saying? Because it's really now the numbers are out of sight compared to back in the day. So, it's really hard to say that you can put it in a box like that because if we had it figured out that easy that all men were a certain way or all women were a certain way, then we would have a lot more successful relationships right now.
A lot of times, back in the day, we refer a lot to back in the day, and a lot of times the people back in the day, they stood together, stayed with each other out of necessity, not because of they loved each other. And I'm not gonna say they didn't love each other, but it was more or less out of necessity. Sharon, would you agree with that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think men and women stayed together, for the kids or, they don't want to be by themselves. Back in the day, women didn't work outside the homes a lot. The women didn't, go to school and get, those degrees so that they can take and stand alone. So, a lot of back in the day, women depended on men. Well, women don't do that now. We got so many women out there, we can take care of ourselves. Y'all just a plus one.
Wow. Reggie, what's on your heart?
Men ain't sensitive, number one. But nah, on the real though, I ain't really like it. Because I feel like, men can be sensitive, I'm not gonna lie. But at the same time, women is too, because it's like, shoot, I can tell a woman, hey, you're not doing this right, you're not doing that right. And it ain't even about being right or wrong. It's just the simple fact of like, this is things that I'm not liking. And a woman's mind, or some women's mind, I'm not gonna say all, would just go to, oh, well, if he's complaining about that, then he must be getting it from somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like a even kill type of thing. But at the same point in time, I also feel like nowadays with social media and everything, and you can see like the next person or the next couple doing this, that, and third, a lot more people are starting to compare their lives to the lives of those people. And then it's like, oh, what you're doing for me is not enough. When really they don't know the problems and the situations that the other people are facing.
Yeah, exactly. That's good. Now watch this, y'all.
And I feel like love and effort. I think that's what it really is. Most folks just don't want to put in the effort.
Yeah.
But I mean, love will take you far. But you gotta have effort behind that. Because if you don't got no effort, that love won't fade, and then what you got?
Yeah, exactly. That's good. Tiva, unmute your line. I'm gonna ask you something. We're gonna get out of here in just a few minutes. We're gonna get out of here. But what if your man come to you? Y'all been together for 8 months. And you think it's going real good. And y'all had that conversation one day, and he said to you, well, you just don't do it like my last girlfriend. Where's that conversation going?
Wow, it's not going anywhere. It's not going nowhere, because if you feel that way, that means you still have feelings, and I'm wasting my time. I'm not going to waste my time. If you bring that up to me, I'm like, there's the door. Let's end this now before, any more emotions get involved. I'm good. Because I'm not going to sit there trying to please you and your mind is somewhere else. I'd rather you just go on and live your life. Go live it well. Go live it full. Go live it free. Go do you, because that's what you've been doing. Have fun. You're good at it.
John, what do you say? How do you handle that situation? He come to you and he say, You just don't do it like and he call a name or whatever. My last girlfriend, blah blah blah. What does that conversation go?
I mean, like, I mean, then go back to your other girlfriend, because I'm not gonna sit up here and be compared to another woman. Period.
Wow, that's good. That's good. Rico, she come to you, y'all having that conversation, and she say, "You just don't do it like Johnny." What do you say?
I do it better. Don't compare me. You out of here.
Lord Jesus, y'all just gonna kick them out.
I'm the man.
Wow. It is now 7 o'clock, straight up and down 7 o'clock. I want to thank everybody for joining us, man. Let me see. Can I go to Sharon to pray us out? Sharon, can I get you to pray us out?
Sure,
Yes,
you can. Father God in heaven, I come to say thank you. Thank you, God, for this wonderful broadcast that we had today. God, I ask you that during this week and the days forward, that you continue to take and bless and guide all of us on our journeys, Father God. Thank you for all that you've done. Thank you for all that you will do. And thank you for everything. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen. I'm going to tell y'all something. And it is so good to be back, man. It's good to be back. Good to be back. Only one truth. Only one truth. And you know what? We are here to tell it. And we're going to tell the truth. It might hurt, might be uncomfortable, but it's going to be the truth. And somewhere I read it say the truth shall set you free. We're going to tell you the truth, and we're going to set you free to go out there and live with it. And I hope that you can handle it. And I hope that it would take you in a direction that's a little more positive than what you're in right now. The truth shall set you free. We're going to get out of here. It's now 7:01. 7:01. I want to thank everybody for joining us. And more than that, I want to thank you for allowing DKM Media Group and Only One Truth for being a part of your evening. It's, as I said, it's 7:02. You're about to exit Only One Truth. But before you go, I want you to do me two favors, if you will. One, I want you to continue to pray for us, because we're certainly praying for each and every one of you. Number two, why this is real simple. I want you to go out there, find somebody and give them a hug, because you never know. It could be the only hug that they get, or it could very well be their last. Love you, and ain't nothing you could do about it. Have a great evening and a better tomorrow. And we shine some of this light for you. Only One Truth. Take it out there into this wicked and cruel world that we live in, and let your light so shine. Y'all have a great evening. Take care of each other, and you all stay blessed. Have a good one.